Alright guys, today I'm going to do a video about Dave Ramsey and his 7 baby steps and just give you my opinion on the program. I'm currently doing his program, but I don't agree with it 100%, so I'm kind of doing it my way, his way, my way, if you get me. But first, Zoe's hungry, so let me give her some food and we'll be right back. Today I want to talk about Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. Now this is something I found about a year ago and I implemented in my life. The zero-based budget, getting myself out of debt. And it's had a tremendous impact so far this past year. Paid off around $8,000 of debt. And I actually see a plan for my future. I feel I have somewhere to go now. I feel I'm making progress in life. As before I was kind of like an autopilot and going wherever life. So 7 baby steps basically, I kind of wrote it to this. Step 1 is to have a $1,000 emergency fund. Now this is something I've never done in my whole life up until last year. I usually kept like $200 or $300, like maybe $500. And I kind of just let the money sit there, and any other funds that come in, that's what I will spend. So when I started the program, this is like the first thing I did was I started paying minimum payments on all of my debts, all of my credit cards. No extra payments. I put a forbearance on my student loan. No extra payments towards my car. And all my money went straight to an emergency fund. And within a month, less than a month actually, I built it up to $1,000. So when I saw that, I felt proud of it. I'm like, oh, this thing, which may seem like not much money, but for me, it had a big impact on myself. Now, step 2 is the step I'm currently at right now as we speak, which is pay off all your debt, right? So you want to pay off all your debt there's 2 methods. So Dave Ramsey recommends the Debt Snowball. There's also the avalanche method. So these are totally different methods and it depends on the person. They're both good methods. If you're a person who buys on impulse, like it's hard to stick to a plan, that it's hard for you to stick to a plan because you want to see results fast and you quickly lose motivation and you feel like you're not making progress, the Debt Snowball is your method. Now, if you're somebody who you don't even care if you see very minimal results, but in the long run, that's the best method for you to go, because you're gonna save the most money in the long run, then the avalanche method is gonna be your method. So the Debt Snowball, in essence, let me try to draw this out for you. I think I should erase all this. I'll draw it down here. Alright, I'm drawing it down here for you guys. So the Debt Snowball, you're gonna have 5 credit cards, right? 5 credit cards. And let's say each of them, you have your first credit card at $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? And your minimum payment across the board is $25 each. And at the end of the month, you're gonna have an extra, let's say $400, right? You're gonna be able to put towards debt. So the Debt Snowball is you're gonna go after your credit card with the lowest balance, and then you're gonna work your way up to the credit card with the highest balance. So kind of like a snowball effect. As it rolls, it gets bigger and bigger. So first, since you have an extra $400, your $400 is actually gonna go here, right? And you're gonna pay this until this one is paid off, right? So 2.5 months, you're gonna be able to pay this credit card off. And for somebody who likes to see results and likes to see, you like to see that you're making progress, this is gonna be a good feeling. You're like, damn, I actually paid off a card, right? So you're paying minimum payments on these, and all your extra money, which is $400 in this example, goes towards the first card, right? So now once you pay off the first card, you're going to make your way to the second card with the second lowest balance. And now that you no longer have $400 extra, right? Now you have this extra $25 that you're spending before. You're going to be putting $450 here. And you're going to pay this one off. You're going to pay this one for a couple months until you pay it off. And you're you're gonna pay it off, and then you're gonna make your way to the third card. And you're gonna just keep adding the minimum payments on top of it. So now you're at 475. And so on and so forth, right? So here you're gonna be at 500, and you're gonna be at 525. So as time progresses and you start paying off more and more debt, you're gonna have more and more money to throw at your last couple debts. So it'll start building from 400, 425, 450. When you get to the end, you're putting $525 a month towards the debt. So this is just a very basic example of how it works. Now, so that's why they call it a snowball. The avalanche is a complete opposite, right? So instead of going in order of lowest to highest, you're gonna go by lowest interest rate. So let's say this one was only at a 3%. This looks kind of messy. I have it. And this one over here is at 20%. So you're gonna ignore your first debt, right? Even though it has the lowest balance, and you're gonna immediately tackle the debt with the highest interest rate. In the end, you end up saving more money since you're spending less on interest and you're paying down the debt with the highest interest rate. Me personally, I'm using the debt snowball method because the majority of my debts had very similar interest rates. So it just made sense to tackle the one with the lowest balance and then start having more and more funding, or firepower you could call it, towards my following debts. So I already paid off 3 credit cards, about $8,000 so far in the past year I was able to pay off. I got another $10,000 to go. I was in my 20s, I was young and dumb. Still in my 20s, I'm 28 years old. See the errors in my ways. I'm trying to clean up my mess. That's the reason why I started my YouTube journey. Is just, I'm sure there's somebody out there who may or may not done what I did. They did it worse than me or maybe a little bit less than me, but they could take away this from a lesson, learn from my mistakes, and this will be a success for me. I've been already so far in the baby step 2 for the past year. I would say it's going to take me about another year to go, so it's going to be like a 2-year journey in baby step 2. Then you're going to make your way to baby step 3. So baby step 3 is to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. The reason why you want to do this is because life happens, things are going to happen to you. And you lose your job, your spouse loses her job, you have a medical emergency, any little hiccup that happens, which things will happen. It's part of life. You're prepared. So you have 3 to 6 months worth of cushion room where you're going to be able to breathe. You're not going to just lose your job and then go home crying thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? You're going to go home, you're going to be like, I got 3 to 6 months to get back on my feet. Which that is a blessing. You have that peace in mind, and you're going to be able to have not experience of sleepless nights of worry. You're going to be able to fall asleep at night and be like, I got 3 months to get back on my feet. I'm going to be okay. That's a blessing to have. I recommend everybody to have those 3 to 6 months of expenses. I currently do not have the 3 to 6 months since I'm doing in baby step 2. So all the extra money I have, I'm throwing towards debt. The minute I finish baby step 2, I plan on building my 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So baby step 4 is to save 15% of your household income. So 15% towards a 401k, a Roth IRA. And this is something I don't agree with Dave Ramsey. I feel you should start this as soon as possible. As soon as you get your first job, start funding those accounts. Fund it with like $10, whatever you have. Just put whatever you have in there. And there's something called compound interest, which is time is your best friend with this. So the younger you are, the more time you're gonna have for your money. The interest you earn on your money is gonna earn additional interest. So since I don't believe that you should wait till baby step 4, because I'm still 1 year in baby step 2. It's gonna take me an additional year. Then to save for the 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, that's probably another 6 months. Let's give or take. So you're about 2 or 2.5 years without being in the market. I don't agree with it. I feel that you gotta be in the market at all times and just be funding these accounts and let time be your friend and generate compound interest. I'm working for a company that have an employer match program, so they match half of up to 6%. So if I put 6%, they're gonna match 3%. So right now I'm currently putting 9% on my salary. I'm putting just enough for the match to fully take advantage of the program. It's free money. It's free. It's free money basically. Why am I gonna leave money on the table that I'm not gonna be able to earn? So I'm fully taking advantage of this program. So with that being said, I completely disagree with Dave Ramsey leaving that baby step 4. That should be in baby step, like maybe baby step 2. So if you're gonna need your emergency funds, I'll say baby step 2 should be invest 15% of your salary. I understand his logic why he put it there, but I disagree. I feel it should be after 1. It should be number 2. Now baby step 5 is starting a college fund for your children, for your kids. I don't have kids, but I do agree with it. I see why he put invest in yourself for the 401k, your retirement, versus your kids. Because you're going to retire no matter what. And your kids, you don't know for sure they're going to go to college or not. So I see why he put it. He put it in this order. I do agree with this. But there's many programs out there. Kids can apply for scholarships. Kids that apply for grants and loans. So I don't feel this as important because your children are going to have options. There's many scholarships offerings out there, so I feel like this is not a very important step for your children. I do understand the importance of it, but I feel it's not like a necessary step in baby step 5. I feel this should be further down the list. So the following baby step is pay off your home early. I 100% agree with this one. I'm not a homeowner yet, I'm renting. But I do feel if you do own a house, pay it off as soon as possible. So by paying off your home as soon as possible, it's gonna open you up to apply for additional homes. You're gonna invest into other real estate. You're gonna invest in investment properties, whichever home. You can even use the equity on your property to purchase an additional property. Now that being said, getting equity from your property for additional property, never take out equity from your house to pay off consumer debt. Like 100% disagree with that. Never do that. Don't even think about it. Just if you're gonna take equity from your house, make sure that money is gonna go towards another investment to build additional equity. A butterfly, whatever that was, scared the shit. If you're gonna take money from your house, make sure that money goes towards another investment that's gonna build you additional equity. So baby step 6 is pay off your home early. Now baby step 7 is Dave Ramsey at this point is assuming you've done all of the above and to build wealth and give. Right? So by the time you have all your debt is paid off, you have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, cushion money. You're investing 15% of your salary. You got money set aside for your kid. You paid off your home early. At this point, we're saying build wealth is just make additional investments. You could get more aggressive with your investments. You can have all this extra money coming in. That your money is not. You have more money coming in than going out. Right? And give. The number one way, they've done studies on millionaires who are depressed and they don't feel they have a lot. The minute the millionaires start giving to charities and helping others, it's such a satisfying feeling that it fulfills a void in anybody's heart by helping others. And I 100% agree with that. If you have the money and you don't have the expenses and you have the ability to help others, I agree you should do it at that point in time. So these are my Dave Ramsey's review of the 7 baby steps. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree with this program, if you don't agree. If you watched the video this far and you like what you saw, make sure you like and subscribe, help support my channel. I want to thank you for watching the video. And until next time, thank you so much. Am I smiling a lot or no?